Fear and uncertainty caused by the current global pandemic can feel overwhelming for some, leading to an almost unbearable anxiety. This has been linked to increased stress within the body through medication and natural supplements. This can be treated, though. Goodleaf founder Warren Schewitz joins us now via Skype to share more on how CBD oils can assist with many common ailments, including anxiety. A very good morning to you, Warren. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Simpiwe, and thank you for having me on the show.
It's an absolute pleasure. I mean, how exactly do CBD oil help manage the symptoms of anxiety?
It's a great question. Similar to anti-anxiety medication, CBD activates serotonin, which is the body's wellness or happiness chemical. So as it gets activated and gets released into the body, there's a natural feeling of well-being and happiness.
Well, anxiety and depression are normally treated with pharmaceutical drugs. Is there perhaps a study that conclusively says for sure that CBD oil is 100% effective?
You know, what's very interesting about CBD and cannabis is it has been understudied for, decades. And with a lot of money and certainly scientific research coming into this area, there's been a host of studies. Certainly, some of the most popular are out of Vanderbilt University, and a number of leading institutions, have published data. And similarly, we see from our customers, ongoing validation and testimonials in terms of how effective this is at treating the anxiety.
Well, what are some of the other benefits of CBD oils?
So CBD is, first and foremost, reduces stress and anxiety, but over and above that has been very effective in terms of pain management, in terms of anti-inflammation, and certainly for sleep and insomnia has been incredibly effective.
Let's talk about the South African CBD industry and whether there's been any growth since the introduction.
Look, there's been a lot of growth in the industry. CBD was exempted by the Minister of Health about a year ago, up to a maximum daily dosage of 20 milligrams. And globally, you've seen enormous growth in this industry, and South Africa is following a very similar pattern.
Well, since it is a product that's derived from cannabis, does it have any side effects? I mean, does it have the same effects as cannabis?
But, there's about 120 different cannabinoids in the cannabis plant, and the two, most widely studied and most well known are CBD and THC. THC is a psychoactive component, so that's what makes you high. CBD has zero psychoactive elements. In fact, the World Health Organization has it as a Schedule 0. So, there are no known, meaningful side effects at these levels. And certainly there's no chance in its raw form or its isolate form that it's going to make you high.
Is it addictive?
The World Health have also done a number of studies and research around the addictive qualities of CBD, and they found that it's certainly not addictive.
So for someone wanting to try this out for the first time, what should they bear in mind? Are there any health considerations that they need to consider?
Certainly, look, I think dosage is really important, and the Minister of Health has a stipulated maximum daily dosage of 20 milligrams. So I would encourage people to start off small. We found that it takes around 10 days for it to kick in, to feel the anti-anxiety effects, and to really see, how their body reacts to it. Certainly, if there are any cardiovascular or liver diseases or things like that are significant like that, we'd encourage individuals to consult their physicians.
And I understand that the effects of CBD oil on your brain's receptors may also help manage pain. So is it the same effect as the traditional painkillers we've grown accustomed to?
It is, although it is an all-natural product. So the body has an inbred endocannabinoid system, and that is really a complex network of cell receptors that regulates a host of things in your body, from pain to sleep right through to temperature control. So the CBD works with that endocannabinoid system to ensure that your body is well regulated.
So can you categorically confirm that I can use CBD oil independently of any other drug?
If you do have a pre-existing condition, we'd certainly encourage you to speak to your physician. But as I say, the World Health Organization have it as a Schedule 0. It was recently downgraded in South Africa, so it's very much in the same line as a complementary medicine, and so from that perspective, it's deemed safe.
So any assurances that we can get from you that it is totally legal?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, everything that we produce is produced in a GMP compliant facility, which is a pharma grade facility. It's audited by the Minister of Health. It's legislated by the Minister of Health. And so from that perspective, it's 100% legal. Certainly, none of the products contain any THC. They're all tested by independent labs. And provided that nothing produced has any trace elements or any THC levels above 0.01%, which is the amount stipulated by the Minister of Health, they are deemed legal.
Very interesting information there, Warren. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. We much appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.